welcome back to Activity Beast. I'm Ivy.
And I'm Carter. And you may be wondering why there's a bunch of sticks all over the table. It's because we're going to do some Aboriginal Dreamtime story art.
What are Aboriginals?
Aboriginals are the native people of Australia.
What is special about Aboriginal art?
Well, it takes so long because they don't paint normally. They make dots. So imagine sitting there for a week going dot, 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 dot. But their final products are absolutely amazing.
So it could look like a unicorn once?
No. Aboriginals didn't believe in any gods. They believed in Dreamtime stories. They believed that all these stories occurred during the dreaming. Now, on our template here, we have Tiddalik the Frog, which is personally my favorite Dreamtime stories.
Water.
And this is the eel that makes him laugh.
Out all the water.
This is the rainbow serpent, and this is just a kangaroo for fun. Tell you about Tiddalik the Frog. Tiddalik the Frog is a very popular Dreamtime story in Australia. So here we go. Can I read it like I know what it is? Once upon a time, in the dreaming, as the rainbow serpent flitted across the world, all type of life was created. There was this one frog who was absolutely ginormous, named Tiddalik, but his thirst was even bigger than him. So he drank up all the waters in the billabongs. He was still thirsty. He drank up all the water in the lakes. He was still thirsty. He drank up all the rivers. And finally he was satisfied. But there was no more water left in all of Australia. All the animals started to die. So all the animals called a council meeting. And wise old wombat, not owl, many stories will tell you different, decided we must make Tiddalik laugh to get all the water out. So they all tried. None of them really made it, except for the eel. Now the eel used to live underwater, but when Tiddalik drank it, she was upset. And for one day she couldn't stand it. She was late to the meeting, so she arrived where Tiddalik was and started twisting herself in all crazy types of things. Tiddalik started to get the until finally he laughed and floods everywhere. All the animals were washed away, and Tiddalik then turned into a small little frog.
So what we'll need for this is a cardboard cereal box, an eraser, a pencil, scissors, sticks, and paint. But why aren't there paintbrushes?
Well, Aboriginals don't use paintbrushes. They use this really awesome method of painting where they use dot arts. So instead of doing this, you'd be doing, and as I said before, it's pretty cool. So let's start. Which are you gonna do first?
I think I'm going to do the rainbow serpent.
All right, I'm gonna do my eel. So give us a minute to draw and we'll be right back.
Now we finished tracing, we need to add color.
The Aboriginals used colors that they could find in the land. They didn't buy paint, they made it out of plants, out of ochre, out of spit, out of blood, and out of roots, yeah. So, let's get started with our dot paintings. Ivy? Here we go.
Painting, I noticed that this takes such a long time because you're doing so many dots. It can take weeks, years, and months.
I found out that most Aboriginal pictures look as if you're looking down at them. So let's say Ivy's tittle like the frog. If I were to look at that, I would think I'm looking at it from a helicopter because I'm looking down at it. I know some really cool facts about Aboriginals.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, like they're the oldest living culture in the world. Before the European settlers arrived, they had over 700 languages. But now, since the Europeans, they only have 250 left. The Aboriginals used to draw on whatever they could, like rocks, caves, bark, tree, and they're still finding Aboriginal art today. In Australia, we have this really cool tree called paperbark tree, where you can just dig your fingernails into the tree and pull out a nice big, thick thing that is so soft you can draw or write.
This is a cool painting that we've been working on. It's still a work in progress because we need the dots to dry so they don't get all over my hands like they are right now. What's the name of this cool rock over there again?
The name is Uluru for the Aboriginals. It's one of their secret sites, but it's most commonly known as Ayers Rock. And thousands of people flock to Ayers Rock every single year to see it.
Carter, can you remember the name of the rainbow serpent and the story?
Yeah, Guriella. Everyone, welcome to Carter's Story Time. So, in Australia, the Aboriginals believed that all the world was flat and only people were there. And then one day, the rainbow serpent, Guriella, woke up, and he went to find his own people. As he went to find his people, he created a landscape, and all the other people followed him. It wasn't very long till he found his tribe. Once Guriella had found his tribe, they began to sing and dance and party all night till they were all tired. Two brothers, who had been looking for somewhere to sleep, came to Guriella's tent. He invited them into his mouth. After that, Guriella slithered away in fear that he would be caught. When the people woke up, they went in search for the brothers and Guriella. They were mad at Guriella and took up spear. They found Guriella lying on top of the mountain, the only natural mountain that Guriella hadn't created. And none of them could climb it. Wombat, kookaburra, koala, they all tried and failed. Until these two brothers decided we will climb the mountain. Those brothers were the Goanna brothers. They each made a knife of quartz and climbed for days and nights, until finally they reached the top and found Guriella resting. They cut Guriella open, and the brothers had turned into beautiful, all-colored parakeets who flew away. The brothers climbed down the mountain, but then a nice cold breeze flew through the air, and Guriella awoke with a start. He said something is wrong, and when he found out that his dinner had been taken, he was mad that he raged. He started flinging trees and boulders off the mountain at the people. As the people turned and fled, they turned into the animals that their name were. Like wombat turned into a wombat, koala turned into koala, emu into emus. After Guriella got tired of raging, he slunk away into the ocean. All the people who didn't change into animals are now guarding over their brothers who did. One story even claims that the shooting star is the eye of Guriella watching over the people.
Now that we finished painting, do you like mine?
Yeah.
So after we finish, we're going to need some scissors, a hole puncher or a skewer, and some string or a stick, and a stick. This is how mine turned out. It's a cute wall decorator. Isn't it cool? Huh?
Alright, so the first step is to cut them out.
You want to cut to the extender. It's so close to the line. You did it. Yes.
Now for my snakes. There. Now we need to grab the string and poke holes. Now that I've poked my holes, these ones only have holes at the top because they don't need anything underneath them. So now it's time to choose my stick. And the winner of this year's Nobel Prize is this stick. I like this one. We'll save these for other projects. So now I'm going to grab some string and I'm going to thread it from the stick, screw the serpent to the kangaroo. Let me do it. Now, and then we'll be back to you.
So now we're done, and I hope you enjoyed Aboriginal art.
I hope you guys learned as much as I did. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.